What the dog doing?
Dog sitter Dunk here. And as you guys saw at the end of last video, and if you didn't watch to the end of the last video, I'd really appreciate it if you watched the end of the videos. But anyways, enough of that. Look at what we got here. So, first of all, let me show you from the dispensary. You see that right there. So you know these aren't fake. First and foremost, what you're seeing right here. If you don't know, I assume if you're watching my video, you watch weed content, you know what this name brand right here is. This is Cookies, probably, if I had to guess, the most famous, the most popular weed brand, at least in the US. You see their hoodies and their merch and stuff everywhere. Every plug you know has definitely slung some fake cookies in their lifetime. And that's why, when I saw this at the dispensary, I was like, okay. Now, I've never tried any cookies because, you know, when plugs would have them, I knew 99% chance they're fake. So I'd never buy that. You know, I don't go out of my way to smoke fake carts. See these at the dispo. I'm like, okay, let's see. They're doing a little promo. So each of these was about $19 for the 0.5 of live rosin. And as you can see right there, it's the apples and bananas. Both of them are the same strain, same stuff. One thing I will say before I get into it is that Cookies is partnered with SunMed. I don't know if that QR code does anything. Probably, oh, it says test results. So I've actually gotten some flour from them before. I'm not sure what stuff. Maybe I've featured on the channel, maybe not, who knows. But I've definitely seen the name SunMed. They're pretty big over here in the East Coast, with just, you know, the medicinal and the recreational dispensary market. So I got two of the same strain, and my experience with them was completely different. So let's break into, is this the first one? Nope. So the first one, as you can see by the fact that it's empty and fully smoked, it went well. I mean, there's like a tiny bit left in there, but when it gets down to the end, it's burnt on a metal coil. You don't really want to be just chiefing that. I'll leave it be. Maybe if I'm really feeding, which I don't think I will, because I usually have a pretty steady supply, I'll dig into that, but probably not. But the problems were when I finished that cart, you know, it was tasting burnt. So I'm like, okay, let's swap in to this guy. You know, it looks still pretty full. You might be wondering, why is it still pretty full? It's because when I finished this cart and I slapped this one on, it instantly, fresh rip, first rip, tasted exactly like the other one when it got burnt. And I was pretty confused. I was like, maybe my battery's like too charged or something. Because, you know, something with these little stick bats is that if you overcharge them, they tend to burn a lot hotter. And I can't really adjust the volts on this. So, what the light? I guess that's just my phone camera. Yeah, that's just my phone camera. It looked like the light was flickering, but believe me, it wasn't. What was I saying? Oh yeah, sorry. Getting all off topic. So I tried, you know, different carts, different all that. And no matter which battery I was using, it was still tasting like shit. Which is really unfortunate because, you know, I paid good money for this, even though it was on a discount, $19. Still, you know, could have gone to way better things. Could have gone to some food, could have gone to some bud maybe. So I'm gonna take, I actually haven't ripped it since I mentioned it in the last video that I had some interesting takes, but as of right now, before this rip, maybe, who knows, maybe the cart or the battery was chiefing it too hard, but it seems pretty inconsistent on their end. The fact that I could get two carts of the same exact strain. Let me see if it's the same batch. Yeah, I mean, the tag is like pretty much the fucking same. They're identical as far as I can see. I'm not seeing like any differences. So, what gives? Let's try it again. Cheers. It's so weird. I wish there was like a way that I could like hold this up to the screen and let you taste it, but full cart. And the other one, mind you, the other one tasted good. Apples and bananas. It was a pretty good strain. Not very sweet. Still had a good weediness to it because it's resin, of course, but like it was definitely a good little sweetness to it. I liked it. So that's why I'm so disappointed that this one just tastes burnt. I'm not getting any like definitive taste except for the burnt cart taste. If you've smoked any, you know, THC carts, you know what I'm talking about. You usually don't expect it. It's got the logo in there, maybe a thumbnail. It'll either be that or the two boxes. But it's so annoying. that the full cart is tasting burnt. Let me just prove it to you. I'm gonna get on the battery that I've actually been keeping in here. And this battery probably hasn't been charged since I filmed that rosin video. Or, well, since I finished the rosin cart, which was shortly after that video. Let's take one more rip just to get the taste and see. Did the bat die? Am I tweaking? It's sad. It tastes burnt. It's not even like it's super harsh. Like the other one, when it gets down to the end of the cart, you know, it's going to be harsher. It's going to taste more metallic. This just tastes like burnt terps. So, I don't know what's up. Let's try the new battery. Probably less charged battery. Still tastes burnt. It's really sad. You know, wait, hold up a minute. I saw this thing. So these are metal. I would not do this with a metal cart. This, if you remember the rosin video, is ceramic. We're gonna see if this tastes more, less, or the same amount of burnt, even though there's like barely any juice left in there. I don't know why that thing's bottom is so hard to take off, so we had to get the mouth involved, but let's see. Cheers. Of the rosin, the old ass rosin, been sitting in my bag for a few weeks now. Dude, there's no way, you're kidding me, right? There's no way this thing still tastes better than this. Like, you can tell that, you know, there's barely anything left. It's really struggling to find things to vaporize. But I'm still somehow getting more flavor from an empty-ass cart. Shouts out Evermore Extractions, the goats from Baltimore. And then Cookies out here. I mean, I can't put the full blame on Cookies because, you know, SunMed is like their, I guess, sub company, whoever's working with them to get the stuff out on the East Coast. They're letting you down over there, Cookies, for sure, because the quality control just doesn't seem to be there. Again, I think I said this earlier, but I'm cooked. I'm going to say it again. The fact that I can get 2 carts, same strain, same batch, everything, and one of them tastes good all the way down to the end. No complaints whatsoever. With some good live resin. And then this one right here. Dude, I'm so mad. You can see me getting worked up about it, but like, just seeing good oil, good whiskers. I mean, don't get me wrong, this still gets me high. It still hits like some resin, but the taste, it's just like, as much as I've been ripping it in this video, you can see, you know, I mentioned this a week ago about this video, and by the time I mentioned it, I'd already finished the first one, and I had tried the second one, and I decided that it tasted like shit. So I didn't rip it pretty much any time since then. I don't know when I'm gonna get through this. Again, this might be something I just throw away in the vault, and then maybe, you know, if I'm getting down to it, if I'm getting fiendy, I'll break into it and I'll see what's up. But I'm very disappointed. And oh, that's the wrong top. That goes to the rosin. Dropped it through the table. Damn. It's just pretty disappointing because, you know, you see a big name like Cookies out here, very hyped up. You think, okay, you know, it's in a dispensary. There's that quality control, that lab testing. It's gonna be good, right? And that's the sad reality, is just that, like, even if you get something from a dispensary, it's not always gonna be good. Now, when I say you get something from the dispensary, it's not always gonna be good. 100%, I'd hope 100% of the time, there's not gonna be any bullshit. It's not gonna have any, you know, illegal chemicals. But actually, I rescind that, because as we saw in that article that came out a few months ago, you know, came out talking about Stizzy and Backpack Boys and a bunch of other big names that had like known pesticides and heavy metals that were known to cause harm. They had them in it. So, you know, you can't really trust anyone these days, I guess. You know, I guess read through the lab test of the thing you get. But fuck, dude. Yeah, I can tell there hasn't been much structure in this video. It's been kind of all over the place, but that's my opinion on Cookies. I don't want to like base my opinion on the whole company off this one experience, but you gotta understand, like, first impressions are very big. Now, my first impression was good. It was nice. You know, this cart, I don't have any complaints. Apples and bananas, it was looking good. Until we got to this fucker over here, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, it sucks. So I'm really split on how I feel. So as of now, just be wary, I guess. Like, the thing I will say is that since it's a bigger brand, you know, since they have a subcontractor under them in SunMed, it's so much harder for them to really oversee the quality control and make sure, you know, what you're getting is what someone else who's buying the same thing is getting. It seems to be lacking in that, is what I will say at the least. But overall, you know, from cookies, I'm not gonna lie, compared to that one, I'll take this THCA. I'll take this THCA, which tastes better, rips smoother, any day over that. I don't know what the hell they served me. I don't know what. But yeah, that's about it for me. As you guys can see, I'm a little worked up. It is what it is, though. I'm about to eat some good ass food, and then I might come back out here and film another video for you guys. Who knows? As I said earlier, I'm dog sitting, so I don't really have anything to do except for sit around and like play with this dog. She's inside sleeping right now. I'm gonna feed her dinner when I get dinner. So we'll see. Probably another video. I brought my PC too, so I can maybe edit these up. Oh, she's barking. That means my food's here. I'm gonna go tend to that so she doesn't lose her mind and get my food. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Sorry that's been super disjointed. TLDR, I guess I shouldn't throw this at the end, but inconsistent. Incon-fucking-sistent. It's a sad sight to see too, because it's such a hyped up brand. But I'm about to get out of here. Just thinking about the food being dropped off made me hungrier, so I'm gonna go get that. Thank you so much for watching the end. I really appreciate you. See you in the next one soon, hopefully. Peace.